Alright guys, here we are back at it again with some NBA 2K19 My Career. As you guys can see, I did slightly bit of a attribute upgrade. 76 total right now. 70s for shooting 3, 76s for shooting mid-range. When I started, acceleration says 69. I'm childish, guys, and I tried to hold back a giggle, and as you guys hear it, I didn't. Anyways, we'll move on to the next game. This is game 5, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, game number 5. We're on a 3-game winning streak. We're at Toronto. I wonder if they're gonna get the roster update.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And if they do,
greetings everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
I really don't want to be dealing with players like that right now.
Tonight we'll see the Toronto Raptors as they play against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Not a starter. I'm barely
for Minnesota.
Right coming off the
this
bench,
is their first time facing off this season. Last year they split the season series
at
a
5-year max.
Here in the early part of the season, Kenny, we've already seen a few teams outperform
Karl Anthony Towns signed a max deal, so we got
what
his
can they do
ass
to keep
for
rolling?
5 years.
Just keep playing to your strengths.
And I mean, from all intents and purposes, he looks like the franchise cornerstone we thought he was gonna be when we drafted him first overall that year. Bruh. That year, I swear I thought we were gonna take Willie Cauley-Stein, and when we didn't, I was like, why would you not take the guy that showed out? You know, Willie Cauley-Stein back in college, he showed out. And I mean, by no means he's a bad player now, but like, it's Karl Anthony Towns, mate. Like, oh boy. Yeah, I don't even know what to wear anymore. I'm just gonna wear the plain gray 15s. Just, I mean, I pre-ordered the game, so I have LeBron packs. I kind of wish I had a shoe deal so I could, you know, wear Nikes or something instead of just only LeBrons. I know he's Nike, but it's like I'd rather wear something else for a point guard, you know. His shoes are not meant for point guards. It's just how they're built.
Go get him, Tiger.
You have all the shoe game. I mean, you know what kind of shoe you like to wear. You know, point guards probably more low cut. You know, not so much the tightness around the ankle. Three-point. Ball, please. Thank you. Alright. And then I'll lay up and then just wrap it up. There you go. The typical corner 3. Corner 2, layup. Wrap it up.
Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. And with tip-off, outstanding, DA. Thank you. In the early part of the season, Steve, if the chemistry isn't working, what can you do to try to fix that chemistry issue?
You know, obviously the general manager and the coaches, this is where they have to be communicating amongst one another, and they have to have a great feel. Because if it's not working, and this is where you have to look at maybe benching some guys.
New group in now for the Raptors. Monroe's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Baca comes in for Pascal Siakam. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. Timberwolves also changing it up. Jang, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Tolliver comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Little General in for Jeff Teague. So on the floor for Minnesota, Butler teamed with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. Gorgie Dang is out there with Anthony Tolliver, and it's Chen in at the point. Jang, no luck. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. In the corner, right with it. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Not a big threat from out there. You see why the defense backed off a little.
Oh, you got to can that.
Come on.
This offense is designed
wide
to produce.
open mid-range.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
And Leonard has it in the corner. A fader. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
Right there, that is poise of Kawhi Leonard, just taking what the defense gives him.
Jang, the pass to Butler.
Hey, come on.
Over right. Shots good by Butler.
Ran all the way
Butler's
across.
got his first basket.
This is what it means to be a catalyst. His offense helps set the tone for a lot of what they do.
Screen by Monroe. And here's Leonard from 3. Rebound by Butler.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Toronto trailing. Outside Leonard. There's the pass to Van Vliet. And Monroe kicks to Leonard. Back to Monroe. Outside Leonard. Clock at 6. Shot, high post, connects, the jumper drops. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You can see the work Kawhi has put into his ball handling. Gets separation almost any time he wants.
Count that one.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
But it can in the painted area. Regardless, he's crafty enough to get up a good shot.
From down in the low post, it goes. Leonard's got 6.
He's a bona fide star. Kawhi Leonard with the workman-like approach.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close.
I wasn't going to shoot it there, and I'll tell you that much.
It's been a non-traditional basketball journey for AI.
Before coming to the NBA, I knew I had a lot of growing to do.
And AI was the first to follow this path, but now, Greg, that the trail has been blazed, we could see many more.
And basketball is such a global sport and played in so many countries that it was just a matter of time before a story like AI's happened.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And, guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Cleaning the glass. I mean, right from the jump, and that really helped them to set the tone.
What you have to do is establish a physical presence early. An aggressiveness their opponent has failed to match.
On the court for Minnesota, Luke Babbitt is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Gorgui Dieng, and then it's Little General, and it's Rose in at the 1. Drills it from outside. Butler's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Timberwolves.
And no doubt both teams competing at a high level, but the consistency has been lacking here. Another lead change.
I like to fight in these clubs. Neither side willing to give an inch. We'll see how it turns out.
And right, here we go. Minnesota with the rebound. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
Yeah, interconference matchup. Two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
It's always interesting. You're not exactly sure what you're going to get, but it'll be fun to see how it plays out.
Van Vliet passes to Monroe. Back to Van Vliet. Butler against Leonard. Over Butler. Off the left rim and out.
I can tell you right now, the coach loved everything about that shot except the result.
Well, in the case of Kawhi Leonard, actions definitely, Steve, speak louder than words.
He's one of the most soft-spoken players in the game. Takes a humble, persistent approach to almost everything he does. And the results speak for themselves.
A new group in now for the Raptors.
Why, yes.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Trailing to start the... Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third...
I want to be here. I can be here.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard. Van Vliet is checked in for Green. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Little General, he's checked in for T. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Lowry out there with Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Siakam in at the 4-man position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. That is his first foul of the game. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Fades back, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And it's 6 points for Valanciunas. Timberwolves leading by 10. Wiggins outside, kicks it to Towns. Over Valanciunas, and Towns the bucket on the assist by Wiggins.
I was trying to go.
Wiggins has got 3 assists now in this one. Raptors have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Pass to Siakam. Over Gibson. Toronto with the fresh shot clock. Here's Valanciunas.
Stop
with the layup.
Trapping me so I leave possible. Wide open too.
Chen passes to Towns. Leonard against Wiggins.
Kawhi was there first.
Outside Leonard. Knocks it loose. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
He is in the zone tonight. Kawhi is carrying this offense.
Well, Steve, when you look at the core of this Raptors team, all in their prime to late prime.
The window is closing for this group. The team should definitely feel a sense of urgency on making the most of this opportunity.
Raptors trail by 13. Pass to Van Vliet, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Atlanta. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
I think Minnesota, they have just done a magnificent job of building chemistry. Higher on this list than many people expected. One of the great stories thus far.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Monroe comes in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Ibaka in for Pascal Siakam. It's good. That's 7 points for Little General.
Jimmy Butler is on it, staying alert, finds his man breaking free.
Outside Lowry, passes it to Van Vliet. Screen by Monroe. Van Vliet can't get it to go. Timberwolves leading by 15, and now the Timberwolves on the break. And that one's good by Butler.
Sorry, Wiggs.
Butler's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, if you wonder why they're in control of this game, just look at his stats from the field. Solid, solid, solid.
Monroe with a screen on Wiggins. Back to Lowry. Screen by Monroe. Lowry drives in. The pass to Van Vliet. Shot clock at 3 to stop the run. And again, Toronto no up.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot. And this one was uncontested.
Got that one up quick. Jang's got his first bucket of the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And here's Leonard from 3. Rebound by Jang. Minnesota's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. It's good. Little General's got 9.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now Lowry, 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Leonard. Missed. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. We're going to keep the defense on its heels.
Some changes for Toronto. Valanciunas is checked in for Monroe. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Fred Van Vliet. Big group substitution now for Minnesota.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Timberwolves.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Butler.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
So on the floor for Minnesota, we've got the Little General, Anthony Tolliver out there with Luke Babbitt. Then it's Jones. And it's Nunley in at the small forward position.
Look at the big man Valanciunas showing off the playmaking skills.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Here's Little General, guarded by Powell, and out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
The ball, bruh. Don't even check.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? We got the win. I played okay in terms of my, ratings right now and who we played and all that fun stuff. Like, played okay. Okay. Keep all that pass. That was also Jimmy. The finish, I mean, that was a self-beat to myself. Raymond shot 2 or 3. Catch and pop. Yeah, nice.
Ooh, locked and loaded. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Shots.
Love when we say
nice shot selection.
So that's it. And yeah, next time we come back, we're gonna just head straight into the next game. We're playing the Milwaukee Bucks. It's a televised game. I'll do some practice, kind of off-camera stuff. Keep you guys entertained and keep that out of there. So yeah, that's it for this week's this episode of NBA 2K, and we'll see you back in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching.